Hi everyone, welcome on board. This is Anisha here with the biggest update. CAT 2025 registration forms have now opened up. Please make sure you save this video right till the end, till you finish your application form. Trust me, thousands of students make stupid, silly mistakes of, incorrect marks filled in the application form या वर्कएक्स गलत डल गया and उसके बाद में you have to face the biggest disasters and consequences of your IIM admissions getting cancelled. So we cannot afford that, right? This is our career and this is what we have been preparing for all our time, the past 1 year. So now what I want all of you to do is, let's get started with 3 things in mind. First, what are the things you are allowed to edit in the form? Just remember, there are only 3 things allowed to edit. That is your photograph, your signature and test city preference, which will also come as a correction window in September. तो कोई और जगह पे आप mistakes नहीं कर सकते हो because those mistakes can cost you your IIM admission. Towards the end of the video, I will give you that list of the mistakes as well also. And very important, what I'm going to do today is show you a step-by-step guide to fill your application form. So watch this video once today and then make sure when you're actually filling the form also, watch the video because I will be filling it with you, explaining each and every field. And trust me, it is the most helpful video. I have been doing this for the last 5 years and every year 1.5 lakhs to 2 lakh students watch this video before they fill their CAT form. So make sure you watch the video. एकदम स्लो स्पीड पे करना, स्टेप बाय स्टेप साथ में फॉर्म फिल करते जाना so that we don't do the mistakes of doing wrong things in the application form, cancelling our admissions. And कई बार कुछ तो इतनी silly mistakes करते हैं कि they have to refill the form and end up wasting more money. Let's save our money, let's save our time as well also. So star mark this video and watch it today full speed पे. But exam form जब fill करना start करोगे, make sure you fill it with me. Alright? Now let's first look at what are the important dates. So our CAT application form has opened up today. That's 1st of August 2025. The registration deadline is 13th September 5 p.m. It has been the same for the last 2 years, 13th September. Trust me, you guys cannot forget that date. It's my birthday. So let's make sure we remember 13th September 5 p.m. is your deadline to fill the CAT application form. Do not expect that they will extend it. हर साल कुछ एक्सटेंशन आ जाती है बट वाई वेट फॉर दैट, कैट तो देना ही है, राइट? सो लेट्स मेक श्योर वी फिल इट टाइमली. एंड वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, लास्ट डे पे बहुत सारे सर्वर एरर्स डिजास्टर्स हो जाते हैं कि मेरा पेमेंट कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ. सो ये सब इश्यूज में क्यों स्ट्रेस एंड एंग्जाइटी अपनी बढ़ानी है, राइट? सो वील कीप द डेडलाइन इन माइंड. Next is your CAT admit card download will be available this time on 5th of November. Usually October में होता था but exam भी this time is 30th of November. So 5th November will be your admit card download. That also will do a separate video which talks about how to download the admit card, your steps, what technical issues you can face. So we will cover all of that up. Stay tuned to the channel and if you've not yet subscribed, make sure you subscribe today to this channel so that all the application forms, how to fill, whether it's CAT, NMAT, SNAP, ZAT, exam college forms like an SPJain, FMS, how to download your admit card, response sheet, final results, everything will be taken care of by me and Sumit sir here, so you will not miss out any deadlines. Alright, now let's get started on how to fill the application form. Please go ahead and log into imcat.ac.in. All first time users, you will see there is one section called as new candidate registration. We have to go there and register. Once you register, you will get your username and password on your mobile phone. Please save that. You will get it on mobile and email both. Star mark करके रखो, save करके रखो. And one of the most important advice I give to all the students is, we will make one Excel sheet in which we will save all our username and password because we cannot change them in due course of time. And very disheartening it is when students forget their username and password and they miss out on getting their actual CAT scorecard. Scorecard नहीं मिलेगा तो हम आगे process कैसे कर सकते हैं college applications, right? So do not do those mistakes. So today itself, all of you will make one folder on your desktop called as important application documents for CAT. In that, make one Excel sheet which will have username and password for all the exam applications, all your college applications, and I personally suggest एक new email ID भी बना लो जिसमें you will keep all the college applications for all formal communication. Now, And very obviously for formal communication, so keep the email ID also formal, like anisha.mukhija@gmail.com. Formal, there's nothing complicated. No need of making Anisha sweetie this and that, ऐसे bubbly and these kind of email IDs. Yeah, we are going to be future MBAs, future managers, so let's make sure it's very professional. Why am I saying make a separate email ID? There was one student I remember, uski interview shortlisting mail went into the spam folder. Didn't realize, missed out, that acceptance करना होता है. तो यार आई एम बैंगलोर की कॉल मिस हो गई. तो ऐसी चीज़ें हम नहीं अफोर्ड कर सकते हैं, बिल्कुल नहीं कर सकते हैं. Another thing to save such disasters, in the month of January, as soon as every calls are out, there'll be a video on CATKing's channel. So that's why I'm saying don't miss on subscribing to the channel. Okay? So we'll take care of that. So we will now start with our folder, make an Excel sheet. In that folder, make certain documents available for yourself. Your photograph with a white background, your PAN card, your signature, your 10th, 12th graduation mark sheets, and your work experience documents. A very good thing, CAT form mein I don't need my mark sheets to be uploaded. I do not need my work experience documents to be uploaded, but I might need them in some application forms of colleges, so we'll keep it handy. If anybody belongs to any category or any reserved section like SC, ST, NC, OBC, PWD, you will need to keep a copy of those certificates also in this folder. And अगर नहीं है तो एक undertaking भी होता है, you can keep that also handy. All of these documents where and how I will walk you through this in this video. So make sure you are staying glued right till the end. Okay, now very important for all the students who are Mac users like me and have been avid followers of using Safari, you cannot do that right now because CAT का application form Safari में open होगा ही नहीं. So if you're giving even mock tests, safest bet is Google Chrome download कर लो and make sure you fill all the application forms on Google Chrome. Have a good internet connection so that you don't have issues of upload बीच में अटक गया, stuck हो गया or anything like this. Okay. And very, very, very interesting and important thing to keep in mind is when you are, submitting your documents, please check the size of the documents and the size which is permitted. अगर वो नहीं match हो रहा है तो वो नहीं ही upload होगा. Okay? And another thing is, please be patient. Sometimes on deadline days, there can be server overload. Like for example, a lot of people will be trying to fill CAT form right now itself. So there can be a server, uploading issues, time consuming things. I mean, I remember last time my form application had taken 45 minutes because the photo upload was only taking a lot of time, right? So be patient with all the exams and college applications. Server issues sab jagah ho sakti hai, which is why we do not fill on the last day of deadline. Okay, now let's get started with our CAT application form. Here we are at the new candidate registration. Very important thing, once you have your username and password, if you want to continue the form later on, so you will go to registered candidate login. Okay? These are the only two sections which are important to us. Right side mein CAT 24 scorecard hai, we are not bothered about it. Registration of non-IIM institutions. It sounds very tempting. I want to apply to non-IIMs, right? But this is not for students. This is a section for colleges. If they wish to be added to the list of colleges accepting CAT, ऊपर जैसे यहाँ पे बहुत सारे logos जा रहे हैं, right? If they wish to be added officially in CAT, they have to fill that form. हमारा काम नहीं है. What we need to do is new candidate registration, registered candidate login, and all the quick tour documents of registration guide and certificates and affidavits and undertaking forms available here is what is relevant to us. Quick tour guide ko bhi PDF, skip reading that entire detailed PDF. It is there available. It's a good detail 22 page, but usse faster you will be understanding each and every section of the form with me right now itself. So when we start with the new candidate registration. Give it probably 30 seconds to load the application form. Once it is there, again, see it has mentioned here also. Kindly use only Mozilla, Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge. There is no Safari. Okay? Any application which has a star mark, that is mandatory. This is something which you are very well prepared for. Right? This is a privacy notice which is basically giving an acceptance that all the information that I am sharing, whether it's my application name, date of birth, mobile number and email address, I am giving them the permission to communicate with me for official reasons. So you just click on I agree And now we have to register ourselves. To register, check out these sections. You have to fill in these details, your name, your date of birth, email address, the new email address which we have just made, your country, mobile number. All of the mobile things will be verified with OTP. Once you have done that, then we can proceed ahead. Now, two mistakes which people do up here. One, the name of the candidate is wrong. I mean, it's very silly कि आप अपना खुद का नाम गलत कर रहे हो, but कभी जल्दी में typo errors हो जाते हैं. So we cannot do that. The name of the candidate has to be exactly the same name as it appears on your 10th certificate. They have very clearly mentioned that. तो आपकी 10th की मार्कशीट देखो, उस पर जो नाम है सेम होना चाहिए. Sometimes some people do not write their full name in graduation certificates or something like that. So don't see them. Just refer to your 10th certificate. ठीक है? So let's update that. Second common mistake that a lot of people do is their date of birth wrong है. यार we cannot afford to put our date of birth wrong. अपनी date of birth तो याद होनी चाहिए, right? अभी तो मेरी date of birth भी आप लोग सबको याद हो जाएगी. That's 13th September. So put the accurate date of birth because your age is being calculated from that. And when you are applying to colleges, they do check what is the age that you belong to. So you can't have an incorrect year. गलती से ये लिख दिया. It's not acceptable. That's it that you have to keep in mind. Okay, so once you have entered all your details, your mobile number, email address, date of birth, you have to click on generate OTP, and then you will get this CAPTCHA authentication and you will submit your OTP that you get on your mobile phone after that. Sometimes be patient. The OTP takes a while to come and be generated. It could be network issues, it could be server issues, so hum patiently we will wait karenge. Okay, so now I have to enter two OTPs, my mobile OTP and my email OTP. Good thing is that they have added this OTP verification thing because sometimes people used to put in incorrect mobile phone and email address. अब at least वो नहीं हो सकता है. यहाँ पे याद से put your own email address and your own phone number, not मम्मी पापा किसी और का, वो track नहीं रखेंगे. So just get the OTP. Okay, so once you have entered your mobile and email verification OTP, click on validate OTP. Sometimes it will take some time. You will have to do resend OTP a couple of times. Like, I have been facing a lot of issues with mobile validation, email validation. Email to aa hi nahi rahi thi pehle, but finally we've got through that process. So be patient with it. Validate the OTP. Then you have a declaration to fill, which is that you have read the instructions. Click on I agree, enter your CAPTCHA details and confirm. Once you click on confirm, you will now get your user ID and password on your mobile and email. With that, we will be able to proceed with the application form ahead. In case if you log out or something happens and you're not able to log in again, you will see on the right side an option here like already registered, login here. Click over there and you will now enter your user ID and password, CAPTCHA details, and you can log in and then start your application form. Alright, now once you have clicked on login here, then on the top right corner you will see a section called as go to application. Click on this and then we will be able to get started with our application form. Would take another 30 seconds probably to load the complete application form. Make sure you are still using the same browsers with which you had registered. Okay. Now in the application form, they have certain things which they have mentioned. Field marks which are mandatory. Fill in all the required details and upload the scanned copy of all the required documents. Like I mentioned, documents required, photograph, signature and your caste certificate. This is all that you need right now. Click on save and next to proceed to the next section. You can log in multiple times to complete the application form. Once the payment is made, no changes are possible. The only change which will be allowed is in the correction window, which is in September end, that comes up, where you can change your photograph, signature and test city based on previous year. You never know, will it be allowed this year? Will they have some new fields to be changed? So do not make any mistakes. That's the best advice I would give all of you. Make sure you will keep a track of all your passwords and details. And very interesting, they have mentioned this. Your password of the CAT application form will expire every 90 days. That means 3 months. So if you are creating your account today, 3 months and then your password will expire. So you have to make sure you reset it using the change password option. If that is not available, you can do the same in the forgot password section. So this is a good thing. जो complicated सा password मिला है ना, Z, dollar, ये सब आप change करके what you will remember, you can set it to that. But you have to reset it every 90 days. Hence the Excel sheet to keep track of all your passwords. Okay. Now in our application form, we have got 6 sections to fill. Technically 5 sections to fill. Last one तो declaration है with our payment details, but it has 6 tabs which we have to go through. First is your personal details. Here your candidate name will be auto filled based on what you have filled in the first page. So personal details में आपका candidate name, date of birth and your email address will automatically be saved what you have submitted there. Now you have to again enter your first name, middle name and last name. Again, please make sure you keep in mind that this is in lines with what is there on your 10th mark sheet. So keep the same thing. Then you have to enter your father's name, mother's name, and for people who are married, you have to enter your spouse details as well also. Okay. Now comes the personal details. Next section, date of birth will be auto-filled. You will choose your gender, your nationality, your category. Please choose the category properly. Are you belonging to general, EWS, NCOBC, SC or ST? Based on the category you choose, you will have to upload the requisite documents with them. Okay, and then you have to choose whether you belong to the PWD category or not. Okay, once you have chosen the category, then you have a list of documents which you can put. You can see the caste or tribe which is applicable for you on the NCBC website, and you can make sure that you upload your requisite documents for the same. Here there are sample documents available as well also. So we have a NCOBC certificate. This is how your NCOBC certificate looks like. NC stands for non-creamy layer. Hence it has a validity to it as well also, because you have to make sure your certificate is valid as on date and at the time of your admission. If your certificate is going to be expiring, please apply for renewal today. And for all the students who are watching this video on 11th or 12th September, which is 1 or 2 days before your CAT application form deadline, your renewal certificate will not come in a day. So in that case, your old certificate plus there is here a section called as undertaking of NCOBC and EWS certificate. This is basically to tell that at the time of my application I don't have it, but I have applied for renewal. So you would have the details of your renewal application submitted, this undertaking plus your old form plus your renewal card receipt, put it into a one PDF and upload that on the application form so that your certificate is valid. Okay? Similarly, you have an SC/ST certificate sample, you can refer to this. There is your EWS certificate also. They have given you all the possible samples, so please refer to them and upload the required certificate. Do not drop a WhatsApp कि ये valid है कि नहीं है, चलेगा कि नहीं चलेगा. Please check it out with the sample and map it. ठीक है? Then comes my communication address. Now earlier you used to get your admit card by courier, hard copy. Now we don't get that, but still keep the communication address very accurate where you are currently staying. For people who are staying in hostel, you can put your communication address as your hostel address, permanent address as the same address which is there on your Aadhaar cards or your address proof documents. Okay? So quickly make sure you fill it. When you're filling the address, your PIN code is very important. Your email address and your contact number again is very, very important. So make sure you do not do any mistake in the same. Okay, once you have entered your communication address details, next comes my emergency mobile number. This is in case if you know there is some disaster, you are not able to connect or some issues, they should have an emergency number as well. So you can put your parents' numbers and you know anybody who's your guardian, that can be done. Then comes the most important section right now, which is uploading your documents. So like I mentioned, you need a scanned photograph, signature and your valid SC ST, NCOBC, PWD, EWS certificate which has to be uploaded here. Do not use mobile phones. Please scan your photographs and submit it. Okay? Now they have mentioned your specifications for your certificates. We saw all the samples just a while back. Now when you look at your documents, they should be, they've mentioned scanned copies of original or digital certificates do not need self-attestation. Self-attestation is required only for photocopied documents. अगर आपका original certificate नहीं है, you have a Xerox copy of it, then you need to self-attest it. Self-attest means sign on it yourself. Rest otherwise best option is please original certificates को scan करके रख लो and upload them. ठीक है? Your name on the certificate should match with the name you have mentioned during registration. If there is any mismatch, then please check the registration guide and email to the CAT help desk and get clarification. Sometimes students के names change हो जाते हैं, so we cannot have that. All documents have to have your correct same name. If anybody has any discrepancy, get those changes done right now itself. Okay? Now for your passport size photograph and signature, you have to go through simple guidelines. For your sample photos, very important, it should be a recent photograph. We don't want 10-year-old back photograph for you. It should be not more than 6 months old, which they have mentioned. It should be clear and very clearly visible. There should be a white or an off-white background only. Full face, neck and shoulders front view with your eyes open. Okay, there are students who have put eyes closed photos, they have put photographs with a side angle, they have put photographs with a blue background, colorful background despite all the instructions. फिर admit card के साथ वो photo match नहीं होती है, तो there are lots of problems. So we can't do afford that. ठीक है, लिखा है clearly. Basic guidelines, you can follow that. Size should be 1 MB. JPEG or JPG are only acceptable formats. You will put the photograph and the same photograph you will put it on your admit card when it comes. Admit card पे ये वाली photo printed आएगी. उसके बाजू में you will stick your same photo on the admit card. Exceptional, very exceptional cases. I have students who put a different photo, crack भी कर लिया, FMS में admission भी हो गया. But why try and test your luck so much? Just follow the guidelines, right? So if you don't have a recent photo, today itself go to a photo studio, get a small photograph, passport size with white background, professional clicked, because you will need this in all the exam application forms. Okay? Important guidelines, not acceptable if the color eye contrast is not there, unnatural color, सारे जो Instagram, Snapchat effects हैं, do not use it on this photograph for your CAT application form. Then no blue background acceptable, improper lighting, clear दिख नहीं रहे हो तो फिर कैसे होगा, ठीक है? Face is covered with your style, please keep that aside. No stylish hair arrangements required right now on the CAT form, simple form. If your eyes are not visible, again that gets rejected. For people who wear specs, make sure you wear specs which is clearer, that your eyes are still seen through it. Okay, you cannot wear sunglasses and glares or any stylish things to take a photograph. Make sure the photo has facial area which is less than 50% of the total. खाली face का photo नहीं चाहिए. Face till your shoulder, you need that passport size photograph which is there. No random side angles, no looking at different poses. ठीक है, photo shoot नहीं चल रहा है, so just make sure you keep it very basic and simple. Okay, now you will go to your important applications folder which we have just created. Put your photograph which meets the guidelines. Alright, so once you have uploaded your photograph, you will be able to see a preview of it. Once it has been mentioned, file has been successfully uploaded. If there are any issues with the dimensions, the size, or any color combination also issues, it will not accept it. So quickly upload your photograph, your signature, get file has been successfully uploaded for both of them. Click on save and next, and then we can move to the next section. You can also once have a quick check of viewing your documents which have been uploaded, that is your photograph, signature and certificate, to make sure that it is correctly done. Then now we come to our next section which is my academic section, right? In the academic section here you have to enter. First is my 10th or SSC or equivalent section. Here you will choose your board which you belong to. Like for example, I belong to the Maharashtra State Board. You will put your month and year of completion. This has to match the month and year of completion which is there on your documents, ठीक है, which is your final year 10th के बाद जो एक marksheet मिलती है on that, okay. You don't need to upload them, but keep them handy so that you can fill all the documents data correctly. Now here you have very clearly it is mentioned, maximum marks inclusive of all subjects, indicate summation of maximum marks of all the subjects which includes electives also. For example, if you had 5 subjects with 100 marks assigned to each subject, the candidate should put maximum marks as 500. Total marks obtained will be how much marks you have got, okay. So you will put as per that itself. Now all the boards, some of our boards have this rule of best of 5, best of 6, not allowed. Total amount of marks that you have got, you will be putting that based on all the subjects, okay. You cannot wait and put only best of 5 or best of 3. Percentage will be calculated automatically, that you don't worry. Maximum marks डालो, total marks आपको what you have got of all the subjects including electives, you have environmental studies, physical training, a third language. Multiple people ask me these different questions. Whatever it is, you will put that all into the same section, okay. Then comes your HSC, 12th, diploma or any equivalent degree. So a lot of people after 10th take diploma or take integrated courses. तो उसमें जो आपका 2 years के बाद आएगा 12th or equivalent या diploma. So if you are doing an integrated course, you will come in 12th or equivalent. If you have taken diploma, so you will put your diploma details. Again here, choose the board that you belong to, choose the year and month of completion correctly based on what is there present on your mark sheets. Do not make any mistakes in that. It should be absolutely correct. Then we choose the discipline. This discipline is important because your academic diversity factors start coming in from your discipline which you have chosen. Your IIMs admissions will take the data from the same CAT application form, right? तो आपके 10th, 12th और graduation जो details हैं, what you have submitted here will go to the IIMs shortlisting criteria also, and there are different percentage weightage based on if you are a commerce or a science background student. So make sure this information of academics is absolutely correct. Sometimes I know students have done mistakes in their 10th 12th के marks, बाद में जाके PI की shortlist के बाद check होता है and then the shortlist is cancelled. So do not make that mistake, okay. Here maximum marks, all subjects included, this is total out of how much was your entire section and then how much did you receive, or based on that your aggregate percentage will be calculated automatically. Then comes my bachelor's degree. Are you in the final year of bachelor's degree? For students who are currently pursuing your graduation in final year, choose yes. If you are done with it, then you choose no. Have you completed the bachelor's degree? Yes, I have completed because it is already done. If you are currently pursuing, तो आपका आएगा are you in your final year's degree में yes, have you completed में no, and then you will, this question is only not required, then you will be required to submit your semester details. So very important for all the people who have completed, right? So for you have completed, you have your final mark sheets, you know whatever is your final scores. For students who are currently in the final year, you will submit marks of all the semesters till which you have your data. For example, if you are an engineer, you are right now in your 7th semester, right? So you will have your marks and results till 6th semester. Some cases your 6th sem results are still awaited, so you will have it up to 5th semester. So 1st to 5th ka aggregate you will submit here. For students from BCom, BMS background, which is like a 3-year degree, 3rd year mein ho, to 1st, 2nd, 3rd semester or 1st to 4th semester, whatever marks you have with you, please add and submit that, okay. Then you have to choose the duration of your degree, type of institute, university. Very interesting here, since last few years now you've got IITs and NITs separately there. If you see, even the placement reports of IIMs and certain colleges have number of IITs and NITs specifically mentioned. ठीक है, तो आप choose करो which university do you belong to. Are you from state university? Are you from a deemed university or a private university? Based on your college, you will put that. Then you choose your university. Sometimes आपकी university exactly नहीं होगी. Like for example, if I look at, there is Mumbai University. Sometimes it could be, you have University of Delhi. So choose, search करो all the combinations for your college and you will get it. Then you will put those details of your college in here. Lastly, choose your degree name. This is very important because based on your degree name, you get your academic diversity marks, cutoffs, everything decide. Weird category हम बोलते हैं, it is based on this. You also, for engineers, please check whether you are from bachelors of engineering or BTech, because some colleges give BTech, some colleges give BE. तो जो आपकी डिग्री पे है सेम लिखना है आपको, ठीक है? So keep that in mind. Then now we choose the discipline. Which discipline have I done my engineering in? Like for example, I am a computer science engineer. Okay, so now based on whichever stream you have done your engineering, choose the discipline, choose your graduation stream, year of commencement, year of completion. Both are required with the percentage of marks. Please make sure if you're getting CGPA or any grades, you will convert it to percentage. Every university behind their mark sheet has the conversion formula for CGPA to percentage. So please check that and accordingly make sure you submit it. Okay. Lastly, you have to mention, do you have or are you undergoing a dual or a 5-year integrated course? So for people who are pursuing a 5-year integrated course, of course choose yes, otherwise select no. If you have dual degree, which is a bachelor's and a master's, you have to put details of bachelor's in the bachelor's section and जो आपके master's का है वो master's degree section में आएगा. So you will make sure that you will just select enter master degrees details as yes and submit that for the ones who are pursuing an integrated program. Okay. If you have done more than one bachelor's, then you will click here and enter your second bachelor's degree course information as well. For example, a lot of people do BCom plus LLB, BE plus B Pharma, extra things which is there. So accordingly, you will click on it and you will put your second bachelor's degree. For the ones who are pursuing one simple bachelor's degree, then you will enter, no, don't click on that form, just proceed ahead. Move to master's degree, click on no. Come to the last section, which is your professional degree details. Are you doing something like extra professional certifications like actuaries, CA, CS, ICWA? There is a significant weightage given to CA, CS, ICWA, actuaries in your cutoffs and IIMs selections. IIM ABC love CAs. IIM Kohikode, which is the paper setter this year, they also give you 12% marks for your resume. In that, there is specific marks for being a CA, right? Check out the video of IIM Kohikode's selection criteria. You will get a fair idea. All right. Now we click on save and next. Move ahead. We come to our third section, which is our work experience. Here you will be, remember, work experience as on July 31st, 2025, that is as on yesterday. Only full-time experience after graduation must be entered. So maybe you must be working throughout your graduation 3 or 4 years, 8 hours a day, getting paid for it. Unfortunately, it cannot be added. Graduation khatam hone ke next day se, if that date you can put as your start date, and work experience up to July 31st, 2025. That does not mean that you have left your job. When you will fill your IIM application forms, get shortlisted for interviews, fill those interview forms, till date you can enter that time work experience. So आपका work ex count होगा at IIMs selection के time पे. In CAT form, it is only allowed till 31st of July. Count the number of months till then. Okay, so now you have to mention that. Okay, part-time projects, internships, articleships, pre-graduation work experience should not be entered as work ex. Any part-time is not done. If you are having your own business, you can put that. If you are doing a freelance business, you can mention that. Okay, you are individual professional practitioners like lawyers, doctors, consultants, you can mention that, but make sure you have the requisite documents for it. Okay. Now if you had a break in your work experience, that also you have to mention in number of days which you have taken a break. Let's say you had one job and you switched to another, but there was a break in that, so you will keep that in mind. If you have multiple job experiences, you will put in chronological order, which is latest job to be first, then the previous job. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे you will put first, we will put our current job details, like serial number 1, I click on this, I will add my current job details. If I had one more experience before this current job, I would select add new row and add one more experience. Right now you put what is your current job experience, you make sure you put your designation correctly, your start and end date, that is the most important, that has to be absolutely correct. तो वो अच्छे से डाल देना, so that your number of years, number of months of experience which is there, it will be calculated accurately and it will come experience in days, वो खुद से calculate करेगा, आपको करने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. Okay, so we put our start date, then we put the end date. So when you start, you will put the start date, end date, break in experience 0 days, automatically your total experience dates will be calculated. Recheck it if it is proper in terms of number of days, cross verify in terms of number of months and days, and then you go and click on save and next, and we come to our programs section. This is very important. In your programs section, you have to choose which all IIMs and which programs of these IIMs am I applying to. Like for example, I have IIM Ahmedabad PGP, I have PGP FABM, which is the specific for agribusiness management. There are doctorate programs, there's an EMBA program, so you can choose. If you are looking at the flagship programs only, which is the 2-year MBA programs, then you have PGP or an MBA depending on certain IIMs. Like IIM Amritsar calls it IIM Amritsar MBA. They also have specialized programs like business analytics, human resource management, I can choose them. Okay, जो executive programs हैं, those are for people with more amount of work experience. Here read through the list, choose all the flagship PGP BA for IIM Bangalore is like their business analytics program, so you can choose. Okay, what is not relevant for all the students, majority of the students, is your PhD, executive MBA and FPA. If you are someone with 5+ years of experience, you can choose the executive programs also. Like this, then go and choose for each and every IIM which all programs are you selecting, and you have to select it here itself. You cannot then later on go and say I want to apply for a separate program. जो यहाँ select किया है उसी के लिए आप shortlist होगे. So if I am in Indore, I want to be considered for PGP and the PGP HRM, I have to select both of them. Okay, so you select all the programs. Once you have done selecting, go right down till the end, check all the colleges, be 100% sure कि आपने सब select कर दिया है, cross verify, save and go to next. Okay, very important, whenever you're choosing your programs, for each of the programs you also have to choose your interview city preference. You have to choose 2 preferences. Personal recommendation, choose your home city and choose the city of the campus itself. Why? Because अगर आप अहमदाबाद में जाके इंटरव्यू दोगे तो आप कैंपस पे इंटरव्यू दोगे, you will get a feel of the college as well also. You will have more liking towards it. Okay, now in case of Amritsar, there are only 4 city options available, so you choose which is available. So make sure you genuinely open up properly for each and every program, read it thoroughly and choose your city preferences wisely. If the city in which your campus is located is available, I would suggest please choose that as the first priority, so that you get the opportunity to visit the campus and give your interviews on campus. I hope that makes sense. Once you are done choosing your cities for all the interviews, then you can go and click on save and next, and we will move towards now my test city preference options. Okay, Test city preference, here we have to choose 5 city options. You could be allocated your first, second, third, fourth or fifth, any options. Usually it says that you get your first 1 or 2, 3 preferences if you fill the form timely, but that's not true. I have had a lot of students who fill the form on the last day and still get their first city preference. So this is based on the number of centers which are available in that city and the number of applications which you have received for that particular city. Of course, once you choose the cities, uske andar to it is first come first basis. Okay? So I am choosing 5 city preferences for me. That's Mumbai. For Mumbai, Navi Mumbai is very close by. You can choose Navi Mumbai. Then you can choose Maharashtra, Pune, Delhi, Bangalore, based on where you don't mind traveling. Choose your 5 city preferences, click on save and next. Now you come to your last leg, which is your declaration. Application form fees, it is 2,600 for general category students, it is 1,300 for reserved category students. You can check your application form, see the registration fees, accept the declaration which you will go ahead with. Last thing, you have to just choose your payment method, preview your entire application. एक बार preview पे click करके सारा go through कर लेना. Then click on captcha and you can make your final payment and submit the application form. Make sure once you have submitted your application form, you keep a copy of the application form downloaded with you, so that just in case, worst case, if there is some discrepancy in future in any college application forms, you have a copy of what had you submitted. Issues nahi hote hain, but let's be safe, right? So we will download our application form and keep it with us in my applications important docs folder and make use of that for any further college application as well. I hope the video was helpful for all of you guys. Now, like I told you at the start of the thing, I will tell you also the important mistakes that the students do in the application form, which is very costly. So one mistake, incorrect name. If your name spelling is wrong, you can't change it. Your date of birth cannot be going wrong. Address wrong is not a grave mistake, but avoid making those mistakes, okay? Then you have academics. This is the biggest blunder. People lose their IIM admissions because of 2 mistakes, which is wrong academic information submitted. You chose best of 5 instead of all subjects. Wrong work experience, number of months submitted. There were students who galti se put 30 के बजाय 03. That's such a big disaster, right? तो choose करो आपको. अभी तो they have made the form much better. The aggregate percentage is automatically calculated. The number of days of your work ex is automatically calculated, which was not the case till last year. So the colleges are making your life easier. Now you read and put the dates correctly, okay? Lastly, your caste certificates have to be valid. It has to be from the organizations which are accepted. Check out another detailed video that I have done which talks about the valid caste certificates and submit that. Okay? So please make sure your SC, ST, EWS certificates are correct. OBC, it has to be an NC OBC valid certificate, date of validation, keep in mind. Last mistake, photograph and signature. Photograph has to be clear, white background, no designer backgrounds, okay? So keep that in mind. Make sure you don't do these mistakes. Quick summary of the entire thing is, you will have to first register, create a new account, save your user ID and password, then go to the application and start your CAT application form. 6 sections, make sure you do properly each and every section. Very important: personal details, academic information, work experience, programs you wish to apply with the interview city preference, test city centers, 5 options that you have to give, and the final declaration. Fill the form, make the payment and submit it. All the best. Stay tuned to the channel for further updates about all the entrance exams, preparation strategy and the colleges to choose. All the best. Bye-bye.